Hi, it's Paul here from selfupforlife.com, and in this video I'm going to talk about what to do when the law of attraction is not working. Now, you can probably relate to this. You've been applying the law of attraction to the best of your ability. Maybe you've had some small results. Maybe you visualized a parking space and it became free just at the right time. But when you think about your big goals, they seem to be happening very slowly, or maybe not happening at all. Or maybe you even feel that you're going backwards. Now the truth is, and you've probably heard this before, is that the law of attraction is always working. It's always happening in your life. And what's probably happening is you're experiencing what is called accidental attraction. So let me give you an example of accidental attraction. You begin to notice and start paying attention to having a lack of money. You then start to feel some negative emotions, maybe disappointment, maybe frustration, maybe anger. And so the universe then picks up these emotions. And so it starts to send you more of the same feelings and emotions. So you start to experience more disappointment, more frustration, more anger. Then what starts to happen is you start to get an unexpected bill, or there's an unexpected expense on your car or on the house. And so those feelings start to manifest certain actions. Now the great thing is that the law of attraction also works in a positive way. So what this video is all about is helping you find easy and powerful ways to get the law of attraction to work for you. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is focusing on what you want. So remember that the universe doesn't understand the word no. In many ways, it doesn't really understand language. It really works in terms of feelings, emotions, and what you imagine. Okay? So, for example, if you think about, I don't want to be sick, I don't want to feel sick, the universe is picking up on the word sickness. Okay? And that's particularly a problem if you attract strong emotions to those thoughts of, I don't want to be sick. Okay, so occasional thoughts about being sick is okay, but when you attach strong emotion to them, that's when the universe can start to attract that. And you probably know people in your life that tend to always be getting all sorts of health issues, and that can be because of that. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about now is how do you actually focus on what you want? So a good exercise, and I encourage you to do this right now, is to write down 5 negative thoughts that you think or say regularly. So you start by actually thinking about the negative thoughts and writing those down. And then what you then do is you write down a list of emotions that come from those thoughts. Okay, so there might be emotions such as anger, guilt, frustration, sadness, whatever those are. Okay, so you've got 5 thoughts that you think regularly or even say out loud regularly. You've then got some emotions that go with those 5 thoughts. Then the next step is to write down 5 equivalent positive thoughts. Now this may seem a little bit hard because you might not be used to doing this. So think about this as exercising a new mental muscle. Okay, the idea of thinking about what you want and thinking about things in a more positive way. Okay, that might be hard to do initially. So it's just like when you start exercising, it seems uncomfortable in some kind of way. So write down 5 equivalent positive thoughts and be creative about that if you need to. And then when you start doing that, you'll start to notice positive emotions that come as you write down and come up with those thoughts. So start to become aware and notice what those positive emotions are. So when you start noticing those old negative thoughts and those negative feelings and emotions, you can now remind yourself with those new positive statements and start feeling those positive emotions. Okay, the second way is to increase positive emotions. Now, I believe that feelings and emotions are what make or break the law of attraction and affect it working for you. I really feel that feelings and emotions are the emotional driver. That's what increases your vibration rate, and that's what goes out to the universe. So much more than positive thoughts, it's much more positive feelings and positive emotions. So one way to work on this is to focus on gratitude, because gratitude immediately starts getting you sending out positive emotions to the universe. So I encourage you now to write down 10 things that you are grateful for right now. So write those down and then read them back to yourself and really focus on the feelings that you get from those 10 things that you're grateful for right now. And then start to focus more on the good, positive things that are happening in your life and in the world in general. You attract what you pay attention to. So take the time now to only pay attention to the things that are going to help you in your life. Another way to increase positive emotions is through some kind of movement or exercise. So doing things like jumping jacks or jogging or even just walking, just any kind of movement or exercise when you feel negative, that can really help as well. So just getting some kind of movement. And you'll find that when you do this, it immediately lifts your emotional energy. And there's probably a reason why the word emotion has the word motion in it. So that exercising, doing something, definitely is a key to raising your energy levels. So another thing to do is to let go of resistance. Now I believe that resistance manifests itself in two ways. The first way is by focusing on something that you do not have in your life yet. So what happens then is this emits an energy of lack because it's something you don't have yet. Okay? And what happens is you're resisting the current situation because you're knowing it makes you unhappy because you're lacking whatever it is that you want. And the universe then picks up that lack and gives you more lack in return. And I think this is one of the ways that people get stuck because they desperately want something, but they're giving that wanting feeling to the universe. And other people pick up on this lack feeling too. For example, if you're going for lots of interviews for a new job because you're desperate for money, that can get picked up by the interview panel. Or if you're desperate to find a soulmate and you're going on lots of dates, that desperation can get picked up as well. And you've probably heard the saying, love comes when you least expect it. And that's because at that time you've let go of that lack feeling. Okay, you've let go of that needing, wanting, having to make something change. So how do you let go of feelings of lack? Well, firstly, acknowledge that you can't directly control everything that happens in your life. And the more that you can do that, the more that will reduce feelings of lack and replace those with the feelings of acceptance. Another way is to set what I call process goals. So an example could be that I'm going to do a course in public speaking to become a better public speaker, or I'm going to go on 6 dates next month to help me find my soulmate. Or if you're actually working on the law of attraction itself, it could be doing specific exercises, so like repeating your top 5 affirmations 5 times a day, or using a vision board every day. So what you're doing here is you're taking specific actions that you have control over, okay? And then that will help you feel that you have control and reduce those feelings of lack. And also when you're taking practical steps towards a goal, you focus less on what you don't have. You're focusing more on the steps that you're actually taking. Another way is to choose to let go of the feelings of lack. Just imagine the feelings of lack disappearing from your body. A simple visualization can be really effective. Just visualizing those emotions, that feeling of lack, just drifting out of your body, that can be very effective as well. So the second type of resistance to let go of is focusing on something that has already happened. So this will often be the actions of another person that makes you feel resentful. And remember that in this case, resentment, only you feel resentment, not the other person. Resentment is something that you create within yourself. So if you can let go of resentment, that can really help as well. The other thing could be beating yourself up for something that you didn't do as well as you could have done. Again, be kind on yourself here and just let go of that feeling that you didn't do something as well as you could have done. And an easy way to do this is just to ask yourself, why are you trying to resist something that has already happened? So why are you trying to resist something that has already happened? And then just tell yourself that dwelling on something that has already happened and is out of your control is completely pointless and is only going to attract more negativity into your life. Now, the final way to help you get the law of attraction to work for you in your life is visualization. Visualization is a very powerful and great way to emit a powerful force to the universe. So what I encourage you to do is this exercise. Take 2 or 3 minutes to imagine in graphic detail something that you really want in life. And then write down all the positive emotions that you feel as you do this exercise. And I think that's really key with visualization generally, is that you really sense in your body right now the feelings of what it will be like when you've achieved whatever you're visualizing. And when you're doing that, you're already changing the energy that you're emitting to the universe. So to summarize, if the law of attraction is not working for you, it is very likely that there are some negative feelings and emotions that are getting in your way. Remember that emotions are energy, and that's what the universe picks up on. And I'm confident that if you apply the information in this video, that you'll begin to feel better, and you'll notice that the law of attraction will be working for you faster and more effectively in your life. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, please give it a like, please give it a thumbs up, and do leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think, especially if you took part in the exercises. I'd love to hear how they worked for you. And do subscribe to this channel so you receive future videos just like this one, and click the bell notification as well. That way you will always be notified whenever I release new videos. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll talk with you again very soon. Bye for now.